Tonight's broadcast has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am, National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood. Tonight's
Hello and thank you for joining us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming back to the Real Thursdays. And tonight we're going to be talking about Vince's movie, actually. So, Vince, why don't you tell us a little bit about this movie that you chose?
All right. Well, Ex Machina takes place. It starts out with a guy that's a billionaire tech guy that is making AI robots, and he sends one of his, I would say, workers, associates, to his deserted home in the hills. And his job is to go and see if the AI that he built is actually beneficial for his programming. And it goes off the rail because he's also trying to trick this guy into believing that the AI robot is falling in love with him. What'd you guys think about the movie?
This was one of those movies when I first started watching it, I felt like it was a bad
that
porn
part was it.
script. Um, but as the movie went along, it kind of
Nice.
it made me a little bit fearful of AI because the way he was trying to, I guess, manipulate his associate to making the robot believe she was in love with him, and she was actually trying to use those same advantages and develop a human personality so she can escape was kind of crazy. So the plot was definitely there, and it made me a little nervous when it came to AI. So it definitely did its job when it came to like, okay, AI is something different. And this guy, I guess the billionaire guy, he's a scumbag. I hated this guy throughout the entire movie. Nothing, no redeeming quality about him whatsoever.
He was giving
Look at him.
Elon Musk.
He is.
He was
He definitely
definitely
was.
Elon Musk. Um, but you know what though? I honestly found this interesting because, mind you, this movie came out in 2014, and it also came out around the same time that the movie Her came out. So it's already been a decade. We're really getting into this AI stuff now, and a lot of the fears that at least people had back then are starting to become prevalent now. I mean, not to this extreme, but as far as the fear of AI having its own autonomy, it was definitely quite interesting because this whole thing was basically an experiment, right? I personally really liked how smart this movie was because you really had to pay attention in order to get a lot of things, all of the quotations and things like
Mhm.
that, especially between the two main characters. Now the other thing is that like it can drag along and get a little boring
Oh,
until
Jesus.
until you understand like what's going on, right? Because there really isn't that much action, but you really got to pay attention to like what's going on in the dynamics of the entire situation. Like I thought the whole notion of turning off all the power so that they can have a little alone time to each other. I thought, once the end came around, I thought it was very manipulative, but I thought it was pretty genius because, like, they framed this whole situation as the robot being in a prison, and then the other guy has to figure out a way to just let her out, right? But not realizing, because mind you, I was even fooled. I didn't think that she had the capabilities of being so manipulative. But it was definitely interesting, and I say that because like I'm currently playing with like ChatGPT and Gemini and Perplexity and all of these different things that are coming out just to see where we're going. So this perspective of just AI in general was really really interesting to me, honestly.
But you're not falling in love with the Chat GBT.
No, 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 no. I'm
No.
definitely
Uh-huh.
however, here's the thing though. Like
Chat
there
GPT ain't got a body like that.
no, but there are LLMs where like, if you play with it, you can go back and forth and definitely have a good time, right? but I could definitely see how somebody could get an emotional attachment. And we're seeing that more and more. Like we're seeing news about guys falling in love with the replica and spending all of this money just to continuously have this relationship and intimacy with a chatbot. And mind you, that's just a chatbot, not a robot with a full body. You know, but now if you look up CES and you look up a lot of these tech shows, this is something that's starting to become really prevalent, like robots for this and robots for that and robots for whatever. I honestly was waiting, especially when the guy was like, "She has a real vagina." I mean, she has like something simulated to a vagina. I was waiting for him to try it out. I'm not gonna lie. I was waiting to see if he was gonna test it out and see, what time it was. So he was gonna
The bad porno script I mentioned earlier.
basically. That's what I was waiting on. It didn't get there. It didn't even get to a kiss. But a lot of this was very interesting because they just made it seem like it was so intimate.
I almost
Ex
turned the
Machina.
movie off.
Ex Machina was different. It stands the test of time because it was definitely far ahead of its time.
Mm-hmm.
I give it that.
Mm-hmm.
I almost turned it off because, and I picked the damn movie. I was going to throw the controller away because I'm just going to tell you this fucking movie. Let me just tell you. I seen this movie in the theaters, and I'm going to tell you what. I don't even know how the hell I sat through the goddamn thing.
Wow.
Yeah, we are on a crash course to killing ourselves.
Facts.
And that's the problem with today's society is that these young punks, these young kids, because that's what they are. I'm gonna call it as it is. This younger crowd, they want to do stupid stuff like jump off the roof, stab themselves in the eye with a pen, or hit himself in the head with a frying pan, and then get YouTube views and all this and make money. And to me, that's and then with the AI, you just take the AI and you can manipulate it where people can see this. And then we're using. I mean, listen, am I going to sit here and say that I don't use AI at all? No, I'd be lying to you because I do. Because with AI, and here's the crazy part of AI, and I just found this out after using it for so long. It remembers what you say to it. It remembers your conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So you could say that, hey, listen, I have a bad foot, and I jammed my toe into a tire iron a couple weeks ago, and you can start talking to it, and it would ask you, hey, how's your foot doing? Is your foot getting better? To me, that's scary. Like, this isn't my mom and dad. This isn't like a neighbor or a friend. This is AI asking me, hey, how I'm doing. So I felt like the movie was too realistic. I think these robots are not far off. I mean, I'm sure we've had these robots built for a long period of time, just like the alien files that we're now seeing. This stuff's been there. We're just now learning about it. And this guy, I felt like he was such a fool I mean, after a while, he kept believing this guy. And what I wanted to know was, after so many times in the movie, was he, I found, I don't know if it is or not, but after 3 or 4 times of this robot turning off the power and talking to him, I'm thinking to myself, how do we not know that he's not in on this, that he's making this seem like she's by herself and she's trying to escape it. And then we find out later down the line in the movie that he caught on to it. He puts a secret camera in there, so now he knows what's going on between these two. I think the ending. I think the ending's a little. I think that's. I would have never made that ending. I think it made no sense. You lock the guy in the room. Now she's put on a full, the full body suit. She opens up all the cabinets. She starts taking pieces off, putting on her, and then she says, "Hey, hold here," and he goes, "Okay, I'll sit right here," like an idiot. And then she goes out to the world and becomes this person. Well, what do we know? What's going on with Bozo the Clown over here sitting behind the glass door? Did he escape? What's going on?
Well,
major simping.
I would never.
I see where you would say the ending was crazy and it made no sense, but to me, I just looked at it as like it's the one fear we all thinking of, like with AI, especially when it came back to the earlier days of T2 Judgment Day. AI becoming a sentient being and making itself human. That's really what this all was. And throughout the movie, if you realize this chick, an AI robot, started using manipulations that a real woman would to actually get in this guy's head. She knew he was lonely. She knew he really doesn't have experience with women. And she just started developing the right things to say to actually free herself and get out. So now she gets out, she kills the dude who made her, and then now puts pieces together to make herself a feel human being. She's a sentient being at this point. Like she's basically Ultron. And that's a big fear when it comes to AI. Like if AI is constantly learning, what's to say it doesn't try to pull this mess with everybody else? I Robot, all these things, it all starts to tie together when it comes to just playing with something as dangerous as AI that can self-learn and self-teach itself. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you what, if Terminator shows up at my front door, I'm checking the fuck out.
I hear you.
He shows a picture of me. Have you seen this kid? Yeah, that's me. That was me when I was a kid.
Well, I mean, you know what though, but
Screw
like
that.
here's the thing. Like I think that a lot of AI is seen as, like a robot, and that you're talking to it and things like that. Like nobody ever branded Siri that way. Even though like Siri is just an assistant, but it has certain memory. There's a lot of data that's kept. We live in a day and age where a lot of your data is kept, and where we don't necessarily remember things. Even something as simple as a password rememberer. A lot of your data is just kept inside your device, and it's not stuff that you write down or that you have. Like, there's AI in many different forms, and I personally think that these type of things are made to scare people, honestly. Because the truth of the matter is like they can do this, but I don't think we really know the full extent of how far AI is really become. But the truth of the matter is like once the technology is here, we're not going back. Like we're not gonna go back to typewriters. We're not gonna go back to ordering taxis because Uber took over. Just the entire system in place as far as having a GPS tracker on you at all times, and all of the data that collects, and it pretty much collects everywhere that you're going to. So yeah, I personally just feel like this more than anything was a fear tactic because I mean I don't necessarily see it going that far, but it can. But it is definitely quite interesting. It felt more fantasy than reality, but now maybe 10 years later, it's seeming a little bit more realistic.
More realistic. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, we will see because the future will tell. I mean, truth be told, I think we're only a couple of years away from everybody walking around with facial recognition software on their glasses. And if that becomes a thing, nobody's ever going to introduce themselves to each other anymore. Like, where we're going is definitely different from where we were in the last century.
I mean,
So,
we already started that with Starbucks. I mean, what now, or
okay.
these restaurants? You put your app, you turn your app on, you order your food. You don't even have to walk in and say hello to them. Like you
really
just
don't.
grab your coffee, or they come to your car. That's it. Like it's
Yep.
sickening how we're turning ourselves into mutes. Like I don't like why do I not want to talk to somebody? Like people are like, well, why do I have to talk to somebody? Because that's what we do. We're humans.
Yep.
We interact with each other. Like, why
Yep.
do you want to go in somewhere and not say hello? How you doing?
I agree. Because I mean, mind you, going to McDonald's now is very impersonal. I mean, but mind you, like I'm in New York, so the whole purpose is to move things as quickly as possible. But if you see an old timer trying to order some food, they're waiting for a long time until somebody's complaining because everything is a machine now. You put in, you pay, you go to the machine, you pay the big tablet, and then all of a sudden you're just waiting for your number to be called. You don't say a word to anybody. And
Even
that's
a lot of
incredible.
drive-throughs don't even talk to you no more. Like you got AI talking to you.
Exactly. That's another one that happens. It's
Wait,
happening
where are
at
you
Wendy's.
at? Where are you at that has that? Because there's only one place that I know right now that's trying it out, and that's Wendy's, and it's not doing too well.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I'm
see, the
in.
thing is just that the more, like, we're in the Northeast, right? So, like, it's highly populated, highly condensed, so a ton of people at the same time. The less the population, the less they're going to do things like that. right? So like in an area where there's just a ton of people and they're trying to capitalize as much as possible, that's where you see it. Like I'm talking about areas like Times Square, right? Like
Oh yeah.
if you go to the McDonald's in Times Square, all you're gonna see is a whole bunch of a whole bunch of big screens. But then when you go to a McDonald's out, you know, in the far ends of Brooklyn, you're not necessarily gonna see that. You know, where there's less people. So it really depends on where it is. But the bottom line is that this is the direction that they're going. And I started seeing this. The moment I started seeing this is the moment that we started getting $15 minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as that happened,
In,
all of a sudden these things came up.
in Atlanta, Checkers, Sonic, McDonald's, Wendy's, almost every big fast food chain. Now, if you go to the drive-through, you don't get a person talking to you. It's an AI bot literally taking your order and then putting it up on screen, and then you just go in and pay for it. There's actually humans cooking the food, thank God.
Hmm.
But as far as taking your orders and things like that, straight AI.
Yeah, and that's the direction where we're going. Like, and I fear for the kids because look, there's gonna be a time where these are gonna be their friends.
Yeah.
Like these chatbots are gonna be because the way that they talk to you, yeah, you could definitely, especially the ones that have no restrictions. Not talking about Gemini or ChatGPT, all the ones that you have to pay for that have no restrictions. They'll, man, listen. You know. Anyway, we're deviating away from the movie, but you know, what do you guys think overall? Would you watch it again?
No.
Overall, I would give it a 7 or 8. But as far as watching it again, probably not. There's not enough action that kept like it's cool for what it is, but it's not something I would just like clamor for to go back to. Like, you know what? Let me
Hmm.
watch Ex Machina. No, thank you.
Hmm.
I'll give it a
But it's
4.
definitely hit side.
I'll give it a solid 4. Take that shit back to where it was made.
Oh
A
man.
shit out of 10.
Yeah, shit out of
I
10.
mean, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. This definitely belongs in the Walmart DVD bin. This movie,
It sure does.
you know.
99 cents. Special. You might even find this bitch in the fucking aisle where on the end aisle where like the Cheez-Its are. Oh, look, box of Cheez-Its. Ex Machina. Look, perfect combo for tonight.
That's right. Well, only $5 in total
Yeah.
for the
You're
night.
$5. You're being generous. I still put that 99-cent sticker on it.
Oh man,
Oh
that's hilarious.
shit.
You're
That's
being
hilarious.
generous. $5.
Mm. So, but yeah, like you know, as quote unquote interesting as it was, yeah, this movie was definitely not the best. Uh,
Shit out of 10.
pretty much. And mind you, like, and the thing is that I think that it probably, if this were 2015, we probably wouldn't have given it such great reviews like we gave it just now. I think we would say worse things
Yeah, probably would.
10 years ago. But anyway, um, but yeah, that was Ex Machina. Wait, how am I saying it? I said it wrong.
Ex Machina. Ex
Ex
Machina.
Machina, excuse me. Ex Machina. And yeah, we just gave our thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. And clearly, no, we're not going back. We're not going back. And
Just shut the door.
yeah, just shut the door on this. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, all right. So thanks for joining, y'all. We will see you next time.
Peace out, y'all.
Mm.